After what seemed like a successful third test flight for the Starship, new details have emerged that could mean that SpaceX is in big trouble. The company may have incurred the wrath of the FAA, which could lead to another hurdle in the Starship's development. Stay tuned as we talk about this shocking new development, and remember to subscribe for more updates on the largest, most ambitious rocket ever assembled. The recent third Starship launch was an eagerly anticipated event, marking a historic milestone in space exploration. As the largest rocket ever developed, it soared into the sky smoothly and successfully completed 80% of its mission objectives as intended. However, amidst the widespread celebration and commendations directed toward SpaceX for this remarkable achievement, the focus has shifted to the 20% of the mission that encountered issues. Interestingly, rather than joining in the chorus of congratulations, the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, opted to release a statement following the launch that was surprisingly biased. On March 14th, SpaceX's Starship embarked on its third historic flight from the Starbase in South Texas, marking a pivotal moment in space exploration. The primary objective of this launch was to test the ambitious goal of safely returning both the first stage Super Heavy booster and the Starship upper stage back to Earth with plans for controlled ocean landings. Despite meticulous preparations, including concerns about wind conditions, both vehicles unfortunately encountered issues during their return journey and disintegrated in the atmosphere. Nevertheless, the launch commenced with SpaceX confirming favorable conditions, and the countdown proceeded smoothly. As the final moments approached, the launch pad's water suppression system activated, preparing for the immense thrust to follow. Following ignition, the 33 Raptor engines on the booster roared to life, propelling the Starship into the sky with remarkable power. Within moments, the vehicle cleared the launch pad area and began its ascent. Shortly after liftoff, the vehicle reached Max Q, the point of maximum aerodynamic pressure, marking a critical phase for any rocket. Throughout the ascent, the broadcast provided viewers with various angles of the rocket's journey, thanks to multiple onboard cameras capturing the awe-inspiring spectacle. At T+2 minutes and 44 seconds into the flight, a pivotal moment occurred: stage separation. This critical maneuver was executed flawlessly, with most of the booster engines shutting down, leaving only 3 active engines to facilitate a controlled separation. Immediately following, the upper stage's 6 engines ignited, marking the commencement of its journey to orbit. During its ascent, the booster initiated a boost-back burn, reorienting itself to prepare for its return to Earth. This maneuver was captured in remarkable detail by the onboard cameras, providing spectators with a close-up view of the booster's controlled descent and re-entry preparations. As the booster approached the Gulf of Mexico, it performed a landing burn, aiming for a soft splashdown. Although the feed was lost shortly before landing, this maneuver is integral to SpaceX's vision of reusable rockets. Meanwhile, the upper stage continued its mission, undergoing a series of tests including a propellant transfer demonstration and the operation of the payload door in space. These tests are vital for future missions, ensuring Starship's capability to fulfill its intended functions effectively. One of the critical stages of the flight was the upper stage's re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere. Despite losing telemetry during this phase, the data collected up to the point of signal loss yielded valuable insights for SpaceX. The live feed showcased the heat shield tiles and provided a glimpse into the effects of re-entry, emphasizing the significant stresses experienced by the vehicle during this crucial phase. For those closely following the development of SpaceX's Starship, the third launch marked a significant success, especially when compared to the challenges encountered in the first 2 flights. The initial flight encountered numerous issues, with a major problem occurring in Booster 7, which suffered from engine compartment fires due to methane buildup caused by propellant leaks. This resulted in wire bundles melting and ultimately led to the loss of control over most of the booster's engines by the flight computer. Despite aiming for a complex flight profile demonstrating both stages' ability to perform controlled landings, the mission ended abruptly with the vehicle's destruction shortly after liftoff, causing substantial damage to the launch pad. In the second flight, although many adjustments were made to address the issues encountered in the first flight, new challenges arose during the boost-back burn. A blockage in the liquid oxygen filter led to progressive engine failures, ultimately resulting in the destruction of the booster. Additionally, the flight termination of the Starship's second stage was triggered by a planned vent of liquid oxygen, leading to several explosions that caused a loss of communication and the shutdown of all engines. In contrast to the earlier flights, the third test flight showcased notable improvements, particularly in terms of launch pad integrity and vehicle control leading up to the re-entry phase. Notably, the launch pad and its surroundings remained undamaged thanks to the water deluge system installed, which played a critical role in mitigating the intense forces experienced during liftoff. Following SpaceX's third Starship test flight, a significant portion of the space community and the general public have been offering their congratulations to SpaceX for the substantial progress and remarkable achievements demonstrated by this launch. However, instead of acknowledging these achievements, the FAA immediately labeled the event as a mishap. Their direct statement on Twitter stated, "A mishap occurred during the SpaceX Starship ITF-3 mission that launched from Boca Chica, Texas, on March 14th. This incident is not the first time the FAA has faced criticism for its handling of SpaceX's Starship program, particularly concerning the perceived slow pace of regulatory approvals. Specifically, for the second Starship vehicle, SpaceX's vice president highlighted the readiness for flight but faced weeks of waiting for an updated FAA launch license. The delay was primarily attributed to the FAA's sluggish pace in completing launch licensing reviews, which significantly hindered the company's testing schedule. This situation highlights the tension between SpaceX's readiness to proceed with test flights and the FAA's regulatory process. The broader implications of stringent regulations leading to delayed launches extend beyond just one company. They also impact the U.S.'s position in the global space race. SpaceX serves as a primary representative of the U.S. in space exploration, and regulatory delays not only hinder SpaceX's progress, but also jeopardize the nation's competitive edge. Countries like China, facing fewer bureaucratic obstacles, are making significant strides in space exploration. With ambitious projects such as the Long March rocket series and plans for moon colonization, these countries pose a threat to U.S. leadership in the space industry. Only time will tell what mishap the FAA is referring to and how serious the consequences will be for SpaceX. Do you think the FAA should be more lenient with SpaceX? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.